Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's day is Monday, the 28th of April, 2025, the year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with Treechat AI, all your posts put on chain. Well, let's see what we got today then. Got a great post here from CSW about English law. Got another post here saying, look, April 28th, 2025, the lights went out across Spain, Portugal, I think, and bits of France. People left stranded, no electricity, no internet, no transport. Again, it's all the Agenda 2030 coming in, and this is what Bitcoin fixes. We need the whole world running on Bitcoin so we can see who's flicking the switches and turning the power off. That's what they're doing. We just got some articles here from Cointelegraph. I'm not sure which one I'll choose yet, but we'll find something. Look, Coinbase to launch yield-bearing Bitcoin fund for institutions. Give me a break. There was an article here from CoinGeek about the big green candles for BSV. Got to promote that one. Another article here on Treechat. They look quite good. So see what they say about that one. Just having a quick look at the price. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history. And then that'll be the end of the show. Right. Let's get into it.
Craig says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Terra node, you'll surely see.
Here we go. Right, so Craig has said here, and this sounds pretty epic. He said, under English law, where the authenticity of a document is not challenged, it is taken to be genuine. The Civil Procedure Rule, particularly Part 32, make it clear if a party wishes to challenge the authenticity of a document, it must do so openly, formally, and with particularity. Silence under these rules is not neutral. Silence is acceptance. If the other side raises no dispute, the court proceeds on the basis that the document is what it purports to be. The judge, bound by CPR and case law, must accept its authenticity in the absence of a pleaded or properly raised dispute. Authority reaffirms it. He who says nothing consents. If silence is compliance. Now, here's the true meaning of the farce I faced. This is regarding the Copa case. He said, before the circus even began, I handed over handwritten notes, raw, ink-stained, flesh and bone marks of thought for forensic analysis. Not hidden, not hedged, volunteered. These weren't conjured from mist and cheap parlor tricks. They predated the falsehoods peddled by the likes of Marty Malmy, standing there long before his stinking fables ever met a page. These notes weren't just evidence, they were the echoes of real correspondence, scratched in real time, dated by content and context alike. More than 3 months older than anything the prosecution could spin. That was the only hurdle. More than 3 months, and it was. The other side, they folded like cowards. They dropped the challenge. They didn't tender a report. They didn't even scrawl a protest on the back of a beer mat. They walked away from it. Under law, under duty, under the black letter obligations of disclosure, they were required to set out any issue with authenticity, and they didn't. They just stood there, silent as worms in a grave, meaning the notes stood firm as rock, authentic as any gospel. Then came the degrees, proofed, certified, validated, carved in stone by the institutions older than the pearly gits trying to mock them. And still, the other side sneered and gibbered like chimps tossing dung. No evidence, no counter, just the noise of gnashing teeth and empty hands, desperate to cast doubt where they had no rightful claim to it. This wasn't just dishonourable, it was a breach, cold, hard, procedural misconduct. You cannot, under English law, sit, mute, and then later claim the right to cry foul. You cannot pretend ignorance after the doors are closed and the evidence lies on the table. Yet that's exactly what they did. They spat on the rules, shredded the duty they owed the court, and dared to call it justice. I mean, it was a complete mockery, is what it was. The system failed that day, not because the rules were wrong, but because they were disregarded, because silence, instead of being treated as consent, was weaponized by cowards who thought smear and insinuation could replace evidence. and it will stain them. It will follow them long after the ink of this case dries. Awesome. And then he continues about his law firm. He said, unfortunately, the law firm I ended up stuck with, Shoesmiths, was never the firm I intended. The one I wanted, the one I built a proper working relationship with, was destroyed before I even had a chance. Sabotaged by Christian Ager Hansen in deceit. He poisoned the well, handing falsified information, lying to them, wrecking any chance before the fight even began. Shoesmiths were the fallback, the emergency raft after the ship was sunk, and what I got was a raft full of holes. Barristers who looked like they should have been pensioned off when carriages still ruled the roads. Men who squinted at the law like it was some new-fagled sorcery. They said nothing about the breaches, nothing about the silence that under every rule and authority should have meant acceptance. Nothing but the blatant misconduct. They left it all rot in the air. They let it all rot in the air. So yes, you've heard me complain, but I don't complain lightly. I complain when incompetence is so thick you could carve it like lard. And in this case, what I was saddled with wasn't just poor, it was betrayal of every ideal of advocacy. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, literally, I've said it time and time again, they didn't even allow any examination, let alone cross-examination. You can't have cross-examination without examination to start with. Plus, there was no jury there. Literally, the judge ruling from the bench, the whole thing was just simply a contract and an absolute farce. It was contempt of court, the whole effing thing. But, you know, Craig has gone into more detail to describe it there. So it looks like he's waking up to just simply how deep the corruption is. I think even he's a little bit bewildered by it, but he's realizing it now. So the richest man in the world with resources, hopefully he's going to do something about it. I don't know what, but Craig, if you want to reach out to me, I've certainly got guys that could do something for you. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. Right, check this out. So Narn X-Men said here, on April 28, 2025, the lights went out across Spain and Portugal. Millions were left stranded, had no electricity, no internet, no transport, no way to buy food or call for help. The official story, a mysterious grid failure. Yeah, there we go. How do entire countries go dark in 2025? This was no accident. This was a test. Absolutely. Governments and global institutions have been preparing for this big one for years. Not just a power outage, but a controlled collapse of society itself. Events like Cyber Polygon, a World Economic Forum project, and repeated warnings about cyber attacks are not predictions, they are scripts. Behind the blackout lies a simple truth. They are testing how fast they can switch off civilization. How obedient will citizens be without electricity? How long will it take for chaos to start? Who will comply with curfews, food rationing, and internet shutdowns? How can cashless societies be controlled when the power is cut? The blackout is a message. We can take everything from you in an instant. It's not secret that elites have long fantasized about using crises to push their agendas. Climate lockdowns under the excuse of emergency energy savings, mandatory rationing of food, fuel, and internet access, digital ID systems are tied to your ability to travel, shop, or communicate. Centralized control of national energy grids by unelected bureaucrats. Yeah, absolutely, because they've sold it all off. Today, it's Spain and Portugal. Tomorrow, it's France, Germany, Britain, maybe your city, your street, your home. They will call it an unfortunate cyber attack or a climate necessity. In reality, it's the beginning of a global control grid where freedom is conditional and electricity is a weapon. Prep a survival checklist for blackouts. You cannot wait for governments to save you. Prepare now. Essentials, solar-powered or crank-charging radios, portable power banks, charged regularly, LED lanterns and headlamps, fire starters, matches, lighters, magnesium rods, food and water, minimum 30-day supply of non-perishable foods, canned goods, rice, beans, free-dried meals, water purification tablets and portable filters like Life Straw, 20 to 50 litres of stored drinking water per person, security, home defence tools where legal, strong door locks and window reinforcements, medical first aid, essential medications, medical reference books, communications, two-way radios, offline maps, energy backup, cash and documents, emergency cash and small bills. The final word, the blackout was a warning shot. If you wait for the next one, it may be too late. Prepare now. Trust no official story. And remember, when the lights go out, you're on your own. Yeah, I've seen this. There's loads of people reporting on it. Loads and loads of people reporting on it. Like literally trains stopped. Traffic lights out. Apartment stores, no electricity. Like no, no heating, no air conditioning. I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. We know what they're doing, and like all over Spain, they've got like Agenda 30, on the trains and all that. It's looking pretty bad. Literally, only Bitcoin can fix all of this. Everything has to run on Bitcoin, and people don't even know what Bitcoin is yet, and these shitcoiners will never understand it. Oh, jeepers. So, editor choice here: Coinbase to launch yield-bearing Bitcoin fund for institutions. Local top at 88k, who cares? Bitcoin 100k hopes, yeah, whatever. Try to do wider crypto bros like Freedom Cities because they're dreaming. The cost of innovation, regulations of Web3, yeah, hot stories. Strategy is synthetic, halving Bitcoin. US crypto rules like floor is lava, game without lights, Hester Pierce. New Bitcoin bright, yeah, Ethereum community, blah, blah, blah. US Senator calls Trump impeachment cites a meme coin dinner. We'll just have a quick look at this one about Coinbase to launch yield-bearing Bitcoin fund. Honestly, it's such a shit show. Just whether you just give us your crypto, we'll give you a return on it because we just like print it from nothing like fiat currency, and you trust us is what they're saying. Trust us to be a third party. We give you yield-bearing interest. All you got to do is give us your coins. That's it. Because Coinbase will launch yield-bearing fund on May 1st to offer 4 to 8% to try and get stupid people to part with their crypto. Honestly, it's such a farce. Bitcoin yielding funds. Whatever. We know what they're up to. It's outrageous. Let's see what CoinGeek said here about the green candles. There's a green candles for BSV with over 50% price jump in one day. Those watching the digital asset price charts at the end of the week got a surprise as the price of BSV's blockchain native token rocketed up over 50% since Friday. While crypto market prices are notoriously volatile and speculative, the jump has likely made some traders large and fast profit. But why did this happen? The 50% plus price spike, which may or may not have fallen away by the time you read this, is unusual since it doesn't appear to have happened for other listed digital assets. The market in general has seen an upward trend recently, with BTC and Ethereum rising 11% over the past week. However, the most assets have climbed gradually without a dramatic bump. BSV and candle began to appear around noon, 25th of April. Yeah, I'm not really bothered about that. Okay, 50% price rise and price is good, but can we talk about the 625% 24-hour trade volume? Look at that. I didn't see that one, Scott. The trade volume rocketing up there. Can we talk about this? Now you're more like it. Let's have a look at this. Oh, it's just numbers on the price, but yeah, that's an epic trade volume. Yeah, I would say something is afoot. Get your popcorn ready, peeps, is what I would say. It's coming. It's coming. Right, let's have a quick look at a Treechat. Loving this. Good to see CoinGeek reporting on this. Here we go. Treechat is set to roll out new features for creating and minting NFTs. Assisted by artificial intelligence, the threaded chat, social media, and art creation network runs on scalable BSV, and its built-in economic model makes it the place for creators and their audiences. The hottest new feature is an AI generation on request. Users can choose the model they prefer from a drop-down list, type a prompt for an image or video, and post the results. Currently, this is free to use, but Treechat will soon implement a 9-cent charge for private images requested, and 99 cents for created videos stroke posts. For created post stroke videos. Oh, cool. Users will own the content they create using these tools with verifiable blockchain transactions records to prove it. With upcoming new features, they'll also be able to mint their creations as non-fungible tokens and sell/trade them within the Treechat community. This is all part of your social media experience with Web3 life, said founder Dimitri Fabrikant. Minting will be rolled out after that, probably in a few weeks, at which point you'll be able to generate images, animate them into videos, eventually add music, then NFT, the final product, and sell it natively on Treechat or any first at ordinals or Web3 platform. Oh, this is ace. This is ace. Web3 social media that offers more. Fantastic. Fantastic. Looking forward to getting stuck into that. That's great. Just looking at the price quickly, it's $39.34. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history. On 28th of April 2022, Goldman offers its first Bitcoin-backed loan and in crypto push. That was 2022. And then 28th of April 2023, Bernstein Private Wealth Management says buy Bitcoin. Like, let's see what this one was about. Goldman offering its first Bitcoin-backed loan in crypto. What a load of crap. Loan in crypto. They'll do anything. You know, it's all loaning and staking and all this crap. And look at this. Bernstein Private Wealth Management says buy Bitcoin. Is that right? And that was 2023. I mean, I suppose they've still done well since then. But yeah, these people have absolutely the nefarious ones know exactly what they're doing. But other ones, like these wealth management, they're literally clutching at straws. They're literally looking at history. Oh, it's done this before, so therefore it's going to do it again. No, afraid not. The whole market is faked. The whole market is faked. Right, there we go. That is a quick 17-minute show. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. So as ever, if you enjoyed these updates, please ding all donations for your appreciation to either Satoshi@Semi.com, Handcash.io, Rockwallet.me, Simply.cash, Relays.com, or Senti.ch. We'll leave it there. I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.